Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, welcome to Week 10 of NFL Primetime. A tradition unlike any other. Football and the Masters in the middle of November is up a lot of our alleys, right?
As Jim Nance would say, hello, friends.
Well, hello. Listen, Green Jacket will salute Dusty Johnson later.
Yes. Because
record setting and everything. It's kind of fun to have Masters and football. And like I said, we've got it all coming this show, but I got a question for you. You ready for some football?
I'm more than ready, Boom.
By the way, a lot of the kicks today were kind of draws and
power fades.
We'll get to that. I'll tell you, a team that needed a kick was the Tampa Bay Bucks, because last week against New Orleans, awful. Would they come back division-wise against Carolina on the road? Tom Brady, worst loss he's had in the pros, 38-3 last week. Well, early first quarter, Brady, Ronald Jones, nice punch out by Shaq Thompson, Trey Boston on it for Carolina.
Beautiful job by Shaq Thompson, paying ode to Peanut Tillman with the peanut punch, Boom.
Oh, I don't know what Ronald Jones, he's going to hang his head the whole game. He can never come back. Yeah, right. Teddy Bridgewater. You know, they're in the game. Teddy keeps him going to Colin Thompson. First NFL catch ever is a touchdown. That's a good one.
Great play call by the offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. Play action, Teddy hit him.
Now Bridgewater, a little swing to DJ Moore. And whoop, he's in the end zone. The Panthers lead it 14-7 just after the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. So, Tom Brady, what do you do? Have you ever seen Brady to Gronk late in one of the halves? Yeah, you have. That's 44 yards.
Gronk one-on-one with a cornerback, Boom. It's a mismatch, and Brady went to it.
And speaking of big-time receiver, Brady, Mike Evans. So Carolina thought they might go into the locker room with the lead. 30 seconds left in the half. We're tied at 17.
Anytime you want to hit Mike Evans, he's 6'5", throw it up high, and he'll go get it.
Now it's 20-17 Bucks, third quarter. We got a game. And Carolina has the Bucks pinned at the 2. But what did we say about Ronald Jones? From his own 2, he could go all the way. Only the 4th run in NFL history of 98+.
Great block by the left guard, Ryan Jensen. Moved from center to left guard, paid big dividends.
Tony Dorsett, Derrick Henry, Amon Green, now Ronald Jones. Now, next time, Bucks. Look at this. It's picked off by JPP. So the backbreaker on the run. Now the defensive play. Now Brady. Oh, yeah, remember we got Antonio Brown? Why don't I use him?
Little timing route. They're starting to incorporate him a little bit more, Boom.
Yep, later in the drive, 3rd and 3. That's nice. Defender took a shot at it. Brady to Brown, and now 1st and goal. We're down to the 1. You know, Tom Brady has 25 rushing touchdowns in his career. You wouldn't think that.
Nobody does this more than him, and he calls it his own stuff. Nobody else knows.
39-23. Now the Bucs scoring every possession, and now it's Jason Pierre-Paul with the sack, and unfortunately, Teddy will have an MRI tomorrow. Had to leave the game. This doesn't look great.
Well, you can't hit him high, Boom. The only other place you can't hit him is low, so he had to get him right there to make the sack.
Now the Bucs again. Brady, Gronk. Tom ran for, snuck for 1 and threw 3 others.
Slid for 1.
Listen, the Buccaneers, in a game that was tied at half, scored their last 9 possessions, either touches or field goals, and they win going away 46-23. All right, down in the land of the Jolly Roger.
I think the players, the staff, we felt like we left 20 out there. And so I'm never satisfied. So I was really, really happy to rush for 200. I thought that was huge for us. And the O-line takes a lot of pride. And the tight ends did a great job, and the receivers.
You know, he just kept going. And it was what's up, boys? Boys are hyped up. And, he broke away, and he kept going. So that was fun. It was great to see, man. You don't have too many 98-yard runs. I don't think I've ever had any 98-yard runs, that I've been a part of. So it was great to see.
First of all, how good were the Bucs on this day? Brady ran for his 25th touchdown, and Bruce Arians ran for 200 yards. You just heard that.
Yeah.
So where are we with the Bucs? They clobber the Packers. They get clobbered by the Saints. They clobber Carolina in a close game. Where are they? They all right?
I think they're fine, Boom. I wanted to see how they were going to bounce back after they got embarrassed by the Saints at home. They bounced back well. The offensive line played better. They made a subtle change. They benched their left guard. They moved the center, Ryan Jensen, over to left guard, and it paid huge dividends. If they can protect Tom Brady, he can do stuff like this. Over 300 yards today. They rushed for over 200 yards. The offensive line was the key. And dare I say, they haven't peaked yet. Antonio Brown is a little bit more today. Next week, a little bit more. They're going to incorporate him a little bit more. This team hasn't peaked yet. And if you ask Bruce Arians, he probably was kind of feeling good about last Sunday night because now I can show you guys we haven't arrived. We have a lot to work on, and it's good to get your butt kicked sometimes. They did. They bounced back. They're right where they need to be, Boom.
And they had almost 550 yards in offense.
Yes.
They're 7-3. Carolina, they hang, but they don't have the firepower.
Missing
that
a few
Saints,
pieces. Yes.
They've lost 5 in a row. You know what? Speaking of, there's some games. I know it's pro football, but you go into it and you just know. All right, we're just going to show up, and we've got this one in hand. I mean, Jacksonville at Green Bay, everybody knew what was going to happen at Lambeau, but Aaron Rodgers, he's been around.
I just remember watching NFL Primetime as a kid with Boomer and TJ, and he would do a lead-up sometimes. It was Chris Berman, and then he would say, and that's why they play the game.
Well, he said, and I don't want to be on the other side of it. Well, guess what? Aaron, he knew, but maybe some of his teammates didn't know that Jacksonville hadn't won since opening day was going to bring it. Rodgers, DeMarcus, Valdez-Scantling. Watch this. You talk about the 12th man in Seattle? Green Bay is the 12th man. I hope that official is okay. It helped on the touchdown.
Way to scheme it up, run the DB right off the official, knock the official down. But in all seriousness, the Green Bay Packers have been waiting on a number 2 receiver to step up besides Devontae Adams. Maybe it's MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
78 yards at 7-3. Packers punting. Keelan Cole. He had a big day, you think? Inside his own 10. And makes the move, and he's got a seam. And only J.K. Scott, the punt. Oh! I don't think so. He's not going to get him. 91-yard punt return. Big plays left and right. 10-7 Jags. Rodgers. Dun-dun-dun-dun. The Adams family. Devontae Adams. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm dating myself, but everybody loves that show. Aaron, and the fact that he has a lot of rushing touchdowns is not a surprise.
That's the X factor with the Lambeau. Is that a bump?
Yeah, the Lambeau. 14-10, the Lambeau bump. Very good. Now, Aaron. Out of the end zone to Adam. But Miles Jack, we say it all the time, 44 up with where did everyone go on the last left of that really good defense? But they were playing on this day.
One of the fastest linebackers in the league. Good to see him make a play for this defense.
Jake Luton starting again, and Jacksonville was Luton free. And this is Cole up there, more of a Lambeau league.
Exactly.
I don't know, but there are no brats up there. No fans were tied at 17. Valdez, Sidney Jones is going to make the pick. Aaron, right? That's why they play the game.
Just a bad throw, Boom.
The Jags lead it 20-17. 12 minutes left in the game. Rodgers to Robert Tonyan. 23 yards and a first down. 2 plays later. Pitch. Aaron Jones cuts it up nicely. Nice haul-off tackle. 20-yard gain.
This is when the Packers are at their best, when they're balanced, and it's not just Aaron Rodgers, mix in Aaron Jones.
And then you can do this, the play action, and dun-dun-dun-dun. They're creepy and they're kooky. They're all together. It's a touchdown. Great grab for the touchdown.
Great play call. Rodgers hit the football. Adams walked off the line, loved the DB to sleep. That is a great design, and they do what they do, Boom. They score touchdowns.
And give the Jacksonville Jaguars credit. Look, they've lost 8 in a row. They went into Lambeau, and like Dallas gave Pittsburgh the game last week. But in the end, the Packers, they're up to 7-2 as Aaron threw for 325, 24-20 the final.
Every time you play and lose, for me, I'm not going to talk about anybody else, there's something that's in my soul that just gets ripped out. So that's how I feel. So it doesn't matter whether it's this game or the other 7 before it. And it's something that you can't replace. At least that's how I feel.
You get it. Doug Marrone, Jags, is trying to break through. You know who broke through, and we know his story. This is Alex Smith's first start in 728 days. Mr. Smith goes to Washington, and Alex to Logan Thomas as Washington is in Detroit. J.D. McKissick in the end zone. So Detroit led 24-3. Stop me if you've heard this team before. Now it's 24-10. Now at 24-17. Now Smith to Steven Sims. Here comes the WFT. Antonio Gibson. Don't tell me Detroit, who's won 2 of their last 14 at home, has allowed 21 unanswered points. We're tied at 24. Now, Lions do lead 27-24. More Alex Smith out of his own end zone. Terry McLaurin.
It's amazing. The more he plays, the better in rhythm he seems after that long layoff.
And drive alive at the 34. Desmond Trufant on 4th and 4 with a buck 19 to go close for pass interference. And whatever it is, it keeps the drive going. He can't believe it. 54 seconds to go. Alex moving, throwing. That's nice. Cam Sims, first down, Washington. 26 seconds to go. 3rd and 15. Tick, 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 tick. Smith, Sims, just short of the first down. Dustin Hopkins going to come on. 41-yarder. Good. We're tied at 27 with 16 seconds left. We're going to go to overtime.
Seems like we're going to OT.
We're going to overtime. Matthew Stafford going to throw it for Quintez Cephas. Ooh, it's incomplete. But look, Chase Young roughing the passer. Take a look. So each team's penalties helping flags are allowing the other team to go down the field, and so giving a break. Stafford to Marvin Jones. Lions call timeout. Now Matt Prater owns the NFL record for the longest field goal ever, 64 yards. The power fade like on 11 at the Masters. It's good. It's good. Alex Smith, despite 390, comes up on the wrong end as let us Prater. It's answered. A rare home win for the Lions over a year for them. They win 30-27. But Alex, give him the Comeback Player of the Year award already.
He was phenomenal. Good to see him. Even though it's on a losing effort, he was in rhythm. But it's about time the Lions don't fall victim to their own circumstances and blow a big lead. Way to see them win.
Lions? They won at home. Hey, NFC East, you're all in it. You're in it.
Everyone.
Eagles, Giants. Eagles barely beat the Giants earlier this year, coming from behind just a few weeks ago. Doug Peterson, though, feeling like, boy, we just haven't clicked. And Daniel Jones, everyone will remind him, yeah, he stumbled and fell on a long run against the Eagles earlier this year. No rumbling, no stumbling, no fumbling. It's a touchdown, 7-0 G-Men. Then, Wayne Gallman, nice. No one's Marcus Allen, but
he took off from the 4-yard line. I would love to know what his vertical leap is, Boom.
Pretty good. 14-3 Giants. I just crack up every time I say Boston Scott is a member of Philadelphia. 56 yards. He can scoot. Eagles go for 2. They get it. It's 14-11 Giants.
Eagles ran the ball well on this day. In my opinion, they didn't run it enough, Boom.
Well, ensuing Giants drive. Golden Tate literally out of the doghouse. Apologized to Coach Judge. Apologized to his teammates. Now he's back active on the field. Later in the drive, Gallman, we're going to dive. No, we're just going to pull ahead. Don't need to leap on everyone, right?
Taking the personality of their head coach, Joe Judge, being physical.
21-11 Giants. Oh, my darling, it's Clement time. Corey Clement. Touchdown Philly, 21-17, because they go for 2 and nah.
Didn't quite understand this. You kick the extra point, you're down 3. I don't quite understand going for 2. Doug's got a lot of explaining to do here.
So the Giants kick field goal, 24-17 Wentz. Jalen Reagor, incomplete. Wentz frustrated. That was 4th and 10. Giants defense hold. Now, 4 minutes to go. You got to like this. Jones to Darius Slayton against Darius Slay. I can't make that up.
Slayton with great ball skills, tracking the ball, one of the better young receivers in this league, cooking the Eagles' best cornerback.
What do you know? It's Graham Gano, who is now there's the nice draw. Maybe need that on 10 at the Masters.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And Gano has made 20 in a row, by the way. So what are you gonna know? The New York Football Giants are 20. They win it 27-17. At 3-7, they're in it, to the chagrin of Doug Peterson.
There's still a lot of pride left in that locker room, and guys are mad. Guys are upset. I'm mad. You know that We lost this game today, but we got a great opportunity next week to get it fixed.
The overall standings, we're not going to look at those. We're not going to focus on those. That's not an emphasis of our organization. We've got to keep improving as a team to give ourselves a chance to be the program we want to be.
You know what, Coach? You shouldn't look at them, but we're going to do it for you. Well, we were going to show you the division record. Look, someone's going to host a home game and win the division. That tie might stand up for the Eagles, but the Giants, Daniel Jones is 4-0 against Washington. He is 2 against the Redskins and 2 against the WFT. And he's now 2-16 against everyone else. So what? The Giants are the only team with a winning record in the division at 3-2. And that's what we wanted to put up there. And look, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
First team to 8, any team to 8 will win the division. What do you smell at this moment in mid-November, Booger, in that division?
Giants are the best team in that division.
You think?
Absolutely, because if you look at them, they do it defensively. They're the best defense. Patrick Graham came from the Patriots with Joe Judge, and now when you look at them, they play defense different than anybody else. Multiple fronts, play a lot of man-to-man, and they confuse everyone. Their defense is as good as anybody in that division. They gave Carson Wentz fits today, Boom, and because of their defense, the offense doesn't have to do a lot. And now you can bring Daniel Jones off and you can run the ball a little bit. I think the Giants, because of their defense led by Patrick Graham, win this division.
Well, they won the last 2, and we're not trying to make it like they're a Super Bowl contender, although, they almost beat Tampa. They almost beat Philly before. They got a bye. Who would have thought that at 3-7 they're okay?
Maybe the first one is 7. We keep saying 8. Maybe it's the first one is 7.
It probably is. It doesn't matter. Seattle did it, won with the Beastquake at 7-9.
Exactly.
It can happen. Carolina won at 7-8-1. They won a home game, I believe. At any rate, Chargers, Dolphins. Who would have thought that in the middle of November, Dolphins? And this is draft choice number 5, Tua, against draft choice number 6, Justin Herbert. Miami special teams. They did it earlier against the other LA team, Andrew Van Ginkel. Rip Van Ginkel. He woke up, he blocked the punt, and what happens? Savon Ahmed. Dolphins lead 7-0. Tua, pump, throw. Mike Gesicki. First pass, a big one.
Look at that throw on the run, accuracy. That's the name of his game, Boom.
Bailoa to Jakeem Grant. And the Dolphins lead it 14-0. Now, 3rd and 1. Low snap. Uh-oh, look out. Ball loose. Nick Vigil is vigilant. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. 44 yards. Tua in there on the tackle.
Great play. Good hustle play. Give your defense an opportunity to defend.
3rd and goal from the 1. Kalen Ballage is stuffed short of the goal line. So the Chargers are going to go, boy, they've had so many nail biters. Herbert, he's pretty tall. He doesn't have to reach very far.
Just lean.
And so they're on the board. It's 14-7 Miami. 3rd quarter, 17-7 Miami. Herbert rolling. Hunter Henry, good-looking play because he might have been able to run it in as well. 17-14 Miami. 4th quarter, 20-14 Miami. Herbert. Oh, that one he wanted back. Xavier Howard. 28-yard return, Dolphins in position.
Dolphins cornerback, Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, the best pair of man-to-man corners in the league.
Ooh. And Tua. Durham Smythe. He was open. I'm going to go on a limb. He was open.
Wide open. Great play design by offensive coordinator Chan Gailey.
They go for 2. They don't get it, but Miami leads 26-14. Herbert. Mike Williams, 28 yards. Chargers moving down the field. 3rd and 10 from the 13. You know they're in the game. They're always in the game. Keenan Allen, touchdown. Across the plane before he loses it? Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. 29-21. Chargers onside kick. Almost impossible when you know it's coming to get it. Other than Dallas against Atlanta. But Devontae Parker falls on the ball. The hands team is out there. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I'm singing that for our producer, Chad Mantillo, because They're 6-3.
6-3, and they're playing well. You feel bad for the Chargers. Anthony Lynn just can't get his team to finish, but the Dolphins are the competition to the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East.
And Miami has won 5 in a row. First 2 Fitzy, next 3 Tua.
Yes.
They're feeling it, wondering how the Bills would come out, but not so fast. The Swamp thought the Bengals would have a shot at Pittsburgh. Of course, they've lost 17 of 20 to Big Ben and company, but that's a minor detail. Swamp every now and then doesn't hit them all. Big Ben, COVID protocol this week. Would he be rusty? No. Deontay Johnson, 46-yard gain in Pittsburgh. Big Ben, Johnson, nice. Steelers don't get 2. They're up 12-0. Joe Burrow. Well, Pittsburgh's defense was ready on this day, Booger. T. Higgins. But he's stripped by Cameron Sutton and Steven Nelson there to recover.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense probably got a mouthful from Mike Tomlin about their performance against the Cowboys. They came out today to prove a point.
Yeah, they gave up 1 first down in the first quarter and got 2 turnovers. Burrow, Higgins. You know, I see 85, I see Isaac Curtis. I just do. I'm old. Isaac, as Tommy Jackson would always say, came in the league fast, left the league fast. I mean, he was still fast, meaning that way. Burrow to Higgins slant. We got a 12-7 game. But Pittsburgh said enough of that. Ben, standing in the pocket, Juju Smith-Schuster, gain of 24.
If you're going to play zone, you have to get some pass rush. The Bengals didn't. Ben cooked them.
3rd and goal. Ben stepping up and finding Smith-Schuster. Now it's 22-7 at the half. 3rd quarter, Steelers. 3rd and 2. Ben surveying. Time. Float. Eric Ebron. Nice one-handed grab. Drive stays alive.
Just great hands by the big fella. But again, no pass rush. Ben sitting back there all day, Boom, all day long.
Now, later in the drive, it's Big Ben moving. What knee problem? Coach Tomlin said his knees are fine. Smith-Schuster first down. Now, Ben, everybody into the shallow end. That would be Chase Claypool off the high board. Touchdown. 29-7.
When you have a big receiver, Boom, don't throw it low, throw it up high. Let the big man go up and get it. Claypool continuing to ascend as the #1 receiver in Pittsburgh.
And now at 3rd and 7, Pittsburgh want to just salt it for good. Still 12 minutes in the game. Look at the time he had.
Yeah.
And that's Smith-Schuster. It's a first down. And then Ben. Now we're going to go to the shallow end.
Okay.
At the kiddie end of the pool. Just a short little play. Claypool swimming again. And guess what? In the end, Pittsburgh. You may catch him napping one game. You're not going to catch him again. Coach Tomlin obviously laid into him. And when you remain the only undefeated team in the NFL, and they win at 36-10, you almost didn't need the coach to lambaste you. They knew themselves.
They did. It just feels like we're slowly creeping toward Thanksgiving. Steelers, Ravens rematch, and the Steelers are going to be undefeated. I think everyone's looking forward to that one.
Yes, they are. And the Steelers didn't look too far ahead on this day. So Pittsburgh, 9-0. Now, what a game this was. Buffalo at Arizona. 5-3 Cards, Special K against Josh Allen, 7-2 Bills in Arizona. Josh Allen. Isaiah McKenzie to Josh. And not only does he catch it, makes the move. 7-3 Buffalo. Great play call by Brian Daboll.
Unbelievable. But what about the hands by Josh Allen? Catch it and then the move.
He's just an athlete. Now we're early 3rd quarter. Kenyon Drake going to run it through. It's a fumble. And Dane Jackson recovers. Buffalo with the ball. Buffalo leads 16-9. Allen. Cole Beasley. And it's a touchdown, and the Bills are up 23-9. Just beat Seattle. Now they're trying to win another game against the NFC West.
Great route by Cole Beasley against Patrick Peterson.
Special K. Put him in a bowl, add a little milk. You got breakfast. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. They would. That's going to sound rough later on. 35 yards. Later in the drive at the 1, you're just not stopping that.
Special K, Boom. When I was young, I ate it with water, not milk.
It was, you know what? Special K is good, just even dry. 23-16. Allen's pass, 3rd quarter. Patrick Peterson, and we know what a return guy he is. Not only on picks, but with punts. He's trying it. He tried to make one of those returns, but they're at the 44. First play after the pick, Kyler Murray. Man, he's just, man, how are you going to stop that? 28 yards for a first down later in the drive. Murray, like the little water bugs we see in the summer, right?
They didn't run him early in his career, Boom, the first year. Now they're starting to unleash the quarterback run game, and it's been phenomenal.
10 rushing touchdowns already. First to do that in 5 years. Cam did it. 26-23 Arizona. Now, 3 minutes to go, Allen. 4 yards, Beasley. First down on 3rd and 4. Look at the catch.
Wow.
Clutch. 40 seconds left. 2nd and 1, Allen. Stephon Diggs. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. They take the lead with seconds left.
Great throw. Unbelievable route by Stephon Diggs. Cooked Patrick Peterson again.
But the message didn't get to Arizona. 30-26 down with 11 seconds to go. Murray, they got him. No, they don't. They got him. He fires. What do you do? Knock it. DeAndre Hopkins between 3 Bills. Touchdown. Cardinals.
Tom always said, knock it down, and they didn't.
Oh, man.
But
1, 2, 3.
He's got some of the biggest hands in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins. Triple X hands. That paid dividends. Look how high he is. His hands over all the defenders and makes a hand catch, Boom. Unbelievable.
My goodness gracious. Arizona gives up a touchdown with 30 seconds to go, and they come back. And look, they've beaten the Seahawks. They've beaten the Bills. They can look on any day. I know Miami beat them a week ago, but on any day they are this sort of dangerous, as Buffalo found out the hard way.
All I was thinking about for Kyler was just getting in the air. Getting in the air. I don't know how D-Hop caught that. I'm so blessed that he's on our team. We got the W. It was ugly, but we got the W.
It has to be the biggest one of his career, maybe. I don't know. He's phenomenal. You know, I went out of that game last week regretting we didn't get it to him in crunch time, or tried to get it to him in crunch time more. We had a good talk this week, and I've never been a part of one of those, so still kind of at a loss for words, but what a phenomenal play.
Hoppy made a lot of impressive catches over the years. Where is this one going to rank right now?
This one is number 1. It was to win the game, no question, against a playoff opponent.
Low key, huh? Low key after that. Arizona. And we're going to wait till we show you the Seattle Rams highlight before we put that in the picture. But
yeah,
you knew Arizona was coming some, but Arizona and Miami, that game last week, Kyler Murray, these teams are both, wow, they're opening eyes every week.
Young quarterbacks that are being accurate and precise with the football and playing under pressure. That's the best thing you saw by Kyler Murray today. Using his legs, making yards, those hidden yards. We know he can throw the football. We know about D. Hopkins. But can you get the hidden yards? That's what the mobile quarterback is doing. We're seeing it with Tua, and we saw it today with Kyler Murray. They have to be better on defense, that being Arizona. If they are, Boom, that NFC West, it is going to be dynamite. Those teams in there jockeying for position, you could have 3 make the playoffs this year.
Very, especially with 7 making
yes.
And deservedly so. Arizona next goes to Seattle Thursday night. We're going to see them right away. The team that won this division, the NFC West, and won the NFC last year, San Francisco. This is the biggest reason why. The play of the year. Jimmy G to George Kittle in New Orleans, setting up the Robbie Gould field goal. Essentially, it turned into home field advantage for them. They cruised to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, neither of those guys and many others are there for Kyle Shanahan. And now they're at New Orleans. But would they give him a game with Nick Mullins? Well, they did with the pass to Richie James. Niners are going to play hard even if they're undermanned. Mullins, the Brandon Ayuk, number 1 pick, across the middle for a first down. Mullins. At times he can look really good. There are other times he looks not quite for the part, but there are times when you think he could be a starter in this league, 7-0 Niners.
As long as he's on schedule with Kyle Shanahan's plays, he can play really, really well.
The Saints, Marquez Callaway. It's a fumble. Ken Webster. Recovers the fumble. Ken Webster off the bounce. There we go. Great play by the Saints, but Drew Brees gets hurt after Kentavious Street gives him a sack. Brees had to leave. Penalty for roughing the passer.
And they called a if this is roughing the passer, Boom, then we don't need to sack quarterbacks anymore. That was a great sack by Street there. changed the entire complexion of the game.
Well, a few plays after the penalty, Alvin Candied Kamara tossed in the end zone for the touchdown. We're tied at 10. Now, Saints, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Breeze in there. Kamara. How often do you see the last 2 minutes of the half? The Saints are money. That's a 34-yard gain. First and goal from the 3 now. A few plays later. Watch Drew improvise. Oh, it's a fumble. I'm going to dribble it. Now I'm going to throw it. Harlem Globetrotter style. Kamara, touchdown.
Veteran quarterback, even though the ball's on the ground. How many times have we seen young guys just fall under or throw it away? The veteran doesn't lose control, has patience, touchdown.
Toward the end of the half.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Saints 17, Niners 10. Breeze to start the third quarter with Sean Payton. My injury, you know what? Famous Jameis Winston.
The W, eating the W,
How
maybe.
would this look? Sacked by Kerry Hyder Jr. Then Winston, there's a penalty. Second and goal from the 5. Well, when you got Michael that's not going to work. Saints get a field goal down there, 20-10. Second and goal from the Niners 1. Kamara in there. Breeze did not come back, but the Saints won it. And so they're certainly on a roll. The big win last week against Tampa Bay. Niners gave it a good battle. You got to give them the nod. But the Saints just have too much. It was not going to be 48-46 like last year when the Niners won. And New Orleans wins 27-23. So now Seahawks-Rams atop the division. Russell Wilson looking to atone for last week in Buffalo. Uncharacteristic 4 turnovers, trying to make something happen. Jared Goff. And Goff and the Rams have had the Seahawks number. Malcolm Brown with a touchdown, 17-7 Rams, second part of the second quarter.
This one they become dangerous. When they can run this outside zone, one cut, get downhill, they are a running team. And when they can do that, they are awfully good.
And Jamal Adams left for a while, back. Pete trying to keep him right there. Adams comes off the edge. He kept him there. That's why they got him. Stripping the ball of Goff. And the Seahawks take over.
They struggle getting to the passer. They blitz Adams a lot. He paid dividends. Sack
now,
fumble.
Russell Wilson. Oh, but look at the room.
Yeah, I mean, Russell's got to run that football. You can't force it. I get it. Your defense gives up a lot of points, but Russell can't make up for it. Make the play, run the ball. Bad throw, Russell Wilson.
So later in the second, now 2nd and 10, Seahawks down 17-10, just seconds to go in the half. Wilson penned in. He is a magician. He is Houdini. Away from Aaron Donald to G.J. Dallas. Wilson. Look, Ma. Backhand.
That's a lonely feeling, Boom. As a defensive lineman, you think you got the sack, and then he's gone.
We showed you a 59-yarder. This is Jason Myers. 61-yarder in the new stadium in L.A. Yeah, baby. And that's a 61-yarder. Makes it a 17-13 game. Third quarter. Goff. Time. Throws. Josh Reynolds open, 21 yards. Seahawks pass defense and lack of pass rush hurting him every game. Brown, end zone, 23-13 L.A. Now 3rd and 20. They got a sack from the Rams early in the drive. Leonard Floyd for a sack. Wilson pressure, 3 sacks on the day. Was sacked 5 times last week. Now Wilson. Alex Collins, the healthiest, been on the roster 2 weeks. Running back the Seahawks have. Metcalf was
frustrated because he did not get the ball. They put Jalen Ramsey on him a lot, but you still have to go to your best receiver.
He only caught 2 for 28. Booger Wilson looking for Greg Olsen. Picked up by Williams. And let's look at the play again. That's just really good coverage.
That's really good coverage. But if you're Russell Wilson, you're starting them a few too many turnovers, Boom. That's, 5 in 2 weeks? That's a lot of INTs for a quarterback that you're supposed to be able to depend on.
2 picks, sacked 6 times. And look, the Rams swept Seattle last year, a couple of years ago, 6-3. Seattle 6-3. Arizona 6-3. Arizona plays at Seattle, who they beat already this year, this Thursday night, all of a sudden, if the Seahawks had won today and they had won Thursday, I know I'm putting a lot ahead, they would have had a 2-game bulge and as good a record as anybody in the NFC. Instead, this division a complete toss-up.
If I'm Seattle, I was concerned. I'm worried now because my quarterback is starting to force the football. 5 interceptions in 2 games. My pass defense is not good. My pass rush is non-existent unless I blitz a safety. So now I'm starting to press a little bit. And better teams should be playing better in November and December, but the Seahawks aren't. The Rams are playing well. They're a running football team. When they run the football with play-action pass with Jared Goff, they're pretty dynamic. Arizona, if they can play defense, Kyler Murray can make some plays. I think Seattle has got to be really, really worried about where they go the second half of the season because if they can't stop anybody, Boom, historically they're on pace for the worst defense ever.
I'm aware.
If they can't stop anyone, they're going to get left behind in the West.
They're hoping that Adams and Carlos Dunlap and with Snacks, Harrison, who shed some weight, but that may not be enough to cover up.
Yes.
And Russell's trying to cover up for it. You know, as good as their passing game is, with Metcalf and Lockett, and of course Russell Wilson, who his first half was unbelievable, they still would like to run the ball.
Yes.
And they don't have healthy backs.
Yeah.
Carson's out. I'm not making excuses. They still aren't the way they want to be. Like defense the way they want to be and run it.
It's almost like they talked themselves into this formula. Remember, we're going to let Russ cook. That was the thing. Wilson even got a trademark, let Russ cook, because they want the offense to be more explosive. But now they need to get back to who they are, which is a physical team, run the football, ball control, and Wilson will make the plays when he needs to make them. 3 across the board at 6-3 in the best division in football, because the Niners are certainly game. Hey, Cleveland's 5-3. Off the bye, they had COVID, Baker Mayfield. They had 40 minutes of weather against Houston. We're going to play in this. Yeah, they had a delay. It's 3-0 Cleveland. 4th and goal to 2, second quarter. Houston, Deshaun Watson, Myles Garrett and company stop them. Turned out to be a big play where points were a premium on this day. Anytime a team is an empty, Boom, running quarterback, look for the quarterback draw, Myles Garrett, great instinctive play.
Now 4th and 13, and you got to give Romeo and Houston trying to make something happen. Kyrie Fairburn, kicker. I'm going to pooch it. And on this day, how good was this? Is old school football.
Yeah.
Field like
position.
It. 3-0 Cleveland at the half. Now, just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 18. Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, Rashard Higgins, 21 yards. So Houston gives that up, about to get the ball. Cleveland ran on a day you had to run it. Both backs had 100 yards. Nick Chubb, back healthy, back in the lineup, 9-yard touchdown, 10-0 Browns.
Best version of the Browns are the running Browns.
The running Browns. It's been that way for a while since Jim Brown might have played there pretty well. Watson to Randall Cobb, a 29-yard gain, and then he likes it so much he goes back to him. And then this is going to be a penalty on Mack Wilson.
Yeah, penalty deserved. That's reserved for Friday night with the smackdown there.
Yeah. So first down at the 31. 5 minutes left in the game. Down 10-0. Watson, Pharaoh Brown. I think the Pharaoh put one of the plagues on the Cleveland the weather that day, and now it's 10-7. Mayfield, Chubb, they're trying to get it, and 3rd and 3. Not only does he pick up the first down, he's going to get a touch. Yeah. Mild interest that he went out on the 1. And then they just knelt it down, and Cleveland defeated the Texans, who have beaten only Jacksonville this year twice. Cleveland, I know a lot of the teams they beat don't have winning records, but so what? They're 6-3.
A win is a win, Boom. Running the football, playing good defense, it'll travel anywhere. Good win for the Browns.
Chubb had a $126, and Kareem Hunt had a $104. And Myles Garrett has his 10th sack of the season. Broncos and the Raiders. The new stadium in Vegas, the Raiders are only 1 for 2 in their new dig. Derek Carr. You know, the Raiders, like Miami, like Arizona, these are the teams that they're in it. Josh Jacobs, 11 yards, 7-0. The Raiders. 3rd and 14, Denver. First quarter. Drew Lock. Throw is high, intercepted by Jeff Heath. And Heath takes it into Denver territory. Lock goes, I just can't make the East game. but I can't make that throw.
Just can't be high across the middle against any team.
Lock. Now, option. This is a killer right at the end of the half. It's a touchdown for Denver, but holding.
Yeah, look at Noah Fant right there. If you're 87, you can't grab a guy. Great acting job by Jeff Heath, though.
Well, you know what? Not only was there a penalty and then a pick. This changed everything. I mean, they were in, and now they're out. They don't even get a field goal.
Can't have turnovers in the red zone. You're taking points off the board for your team.
Third quarter now. Just 2 minutes left. Carr. Jacobs can catch it in addition to be a physical back.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
2 plays later, the Raiders up 13-6. Jacobs, he can also bounce it outside. Oh, he likes this. I didn't even have to dip my shoulder. 20-6, the Raiders. Lock, fourth quarter, now down 2 touches. And defensive end back in coverage is Ryan Nassib. Third pick of the game for the Raiders.
They call that a zone blitz. Blitz off one side, the defensive end drops off the other. Lock never saw him.
And 10 minutes to go, Denver still game. We know they've had some wild games. Out of his own end zone, Deshaun Hamilton. It's a fumble. The Raiders, they fall over it. Vic Fangio, no. It will get worse. Devontae Booker, book him, Dano. Touchdown. Booker had 2 in the end. Raiders win going away. And the Las Vegas Raiders are 6-3.
6-3 with the win over the Chiefs.
The only one to beat the Chiefs in the last 12+ months. And they will play them again. They're in it as well. Well, in the NFC, the Saints have the longest winning streak with 6. Obviously, Pittsburgh with the longest winning streak in football, as in 9-0, and they're at Jacksonville next week before they entertain Baltimore on Thanksgiving Day. So, you know, to be undefeated this late, and again, message heard, if there was a huge message from Coach Tomlin, I'm sure it was heard immediately on Monday.
Well, things are going to pop up, okay? You have a lackluster performance against the Cowboys. Your quarterback is put in quarantine, so you don't have your quarterback all week. You know Mike Tomlin was chewing this team out. How are you going to respond at home against a Bengals team that's been putting up a lot of points? I thought they responded well.
Right.
They came out, they put their foot down, and they made sure that you knew if you were a Bengal fan, your team didn't stand a chance. I think they're going to be up next week because in the back of their mind, they know they have a big one on Thanksgiving night.
You know, and that's part of it. They know the Bengals are coming. I mean, certainly relative to the Bengals.
Yes.
Leave a message like they did with Cleveland earlier this year. We know you're coming, but you ain't coming through here yet. You know?
Not yet.
And that's veteran coaching, veteran team. Couple other notes. Alex Smith, again, I know there was a loss, but he was awesome his first start in 700-something games. And we should report the Jets did not lose.
They didn't play.
Well, come on, now, that's a detail. All right, now you think I'm wearing this because the Jets didn't? No.
No.
There's another reason. We'd like to give our game ball to Dustin Johnson on this unique Sunday in November, the drive up Magnolia Lane at the Masters. Couple of bogeys on 4 and 5, and an important birdie on 6, birdied 4 more. Didn't have any other miscues. That's his approach on 14. On 18, minus 20. No one's ever been minus 20 to win the Masters. His younger brother, Austin, on the bag. What a duo this has been. The smiles, the tears, and the green jacket from Tiger. And like we said, 20 under par? You got to be kidding me. And young Cameron Smith from Australia, who looked like 17 when he won the Hawaiian Open earlier this year. Now he looks a little more of age and the only man ever to shoot 4 rounds in the 60. And he was still 5 shots back. So for Dustin Johnson, a guy that's now won 26 times, Dustin kind of going into the break, the COVID break, if I dare call it that, wasn't happy with the way he was playing, etc. He won very early on at the Travelers in Hartford. He blew away the field on a tough course at Northern Trust in Boston. He won the FedEx Cup. He was second PGA. He was second a week ago in Houston. And now he's won the Masters. We've always known he could nail the ball. But his touch and his poise, I've led before in these spots. It There was no getting him on this day. He was awesome.
They talk about drive for show, putt for dough. He dialed those wedges in. His putter's gotten better. And for his dream to come true, grew up 1 hour away from, in South Carolina, 1 hour away from Augusta, to have Tiger Woods, his childhood idol, put the jacket on him. An outstanding day for Dustin Johnson.
Well, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like, I got the,
Yours is just a little darker.
Yeah,
than
but I
his.
used to have one that looked more haberdasher style, not golf style, in my 30s and my 40s. But whether it was Baseball Tonight or Sports Center on Masters Sunday, we always wore this.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd be trotting it out in the middle of November. And you know what? How could we talk about Dustin Johnson and the Masters without saying Sunday Night Football is going to be, as usual, presented on this show on NFL Primetime by Scott Van Pelt. Scotty, I got one to tell you. You're in it.
You're in it. I'm in it. If I had a green jacket, Boom, I would be in it. Thank you for your texts of support while in the Butler cabin. The only thing better than being in the Butler cabin is getting a text from Boomer giving you play-by-play of the Masters. As for the Sunday night game, New England and Baltimore were in it, as in the soup. Big storm working its way up the eastern seaboard, a nasty line of storms. The wind howling as well, and it did impact this game. 7-0, Baltimore leading. 3rd and 3, Rex Burkhead picks up the first down, and he would be pivotal later in the drive. Really good play design here. Gets Baltimore going to the left, and there goes Burkhead out in the flat to the right. Touchdown. The Patriots ties things at 7s. Later in the second, the Patriots trailing 10-7. And Jacoby Myers has been a bit of a revelation in the receiving game. But he was a high school quarterback, and they lose Burkhead again. It's a perfect pass from Myers. It's pouring, the wind's howling, and he drops it in a bucket. Get the linebacker out there on Burkhead. Got a nose for the end zone. Patriots have the lead, and they continue to lead into the third quarter, 13-10. Their first drive, Newton, Myers, 26-yard gain, and then he gets tossed down a little bit rudely. They are moved closer by a penalty, and that's as easy as it's going to be for Cam. And it's 20-10. They add a field goal to lead 23-10. 4th and 1. Baltimore goes for it. Gus Edwards picks up 11. And then later in the drive, in perfect conditions, this is a perfect pass, but it's pouring. And Jackson finds Willie Snead with a touchdown. Jackson and Baltimore have not been very good making up double-digit deficits. They're trying to erase one here on 3rd and 3. Jackson avoids the pressure, picks up some blocks, gets a first down. But the very next play, the weather certainly has to impact that snap. Ravens were looking for a flag, but the Patriots are trying to pounce on that loose ball as well. That huge loss puts them behind the 8 ball. They'd have to punt. They get the ball back late. And the absolute worst of the storm has finally arrived in Foxborough. It's 4th and 6, and Jackson throws to Dobbins. He can't squeeze it, but what difference would it have made? You'd have been at the 32 with 2 seconds left. He's not able to secure it, and that'll do it. New England, a significant home underdog, wins outright. They go on the road to take on the Texans, who are 2-7 next week. And the Titans, who find themselves on the wrong end of that crowded AFC picture at the moment, are coming to Baltimore to take on the Raven team, who finds itself 6-3, like I believe 6 other teams in the AFC, including, as you can see, the Titans.
Back at Soldier Field here in Chicago, and we talked about how can the 1-5 team that started 1-5 be actually better off the team started 5-1, and that 1-5 team looks pretty good now with 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, they know what their identity is, and for the Chicago Bears, unfortunately, they're still searching for theirs on the offensive side of the ball. And I think tonight really wasn't a big surprise how it played out.
Dalvin Cook and the Vikings. This is Khalil Mack and the Bears. That was, no question, the headline, the showdown. Nick Foles intercepted off the tipped pass. Harrison Smith going the other way for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins on third down. What a catch for Adam Thielen. One arm.
Yeah, he got matched up one-on-one with Buster Screen a couple of times early in this game and burned him for 2 touchdowns.
2-minute warning. Vikings with a 7-3 lead. That's off of Thielen and Mack, the rare Khalil Mack interception down the sideline.
Yeah, one of the things we said was they're big playmakers. We're going to have to make plays on the defensive side of the ball and help their offense out. I think they answered the bell for the most part. Offense just wasn't able to take advantage of it.
Led to a field goal, 7-6. Bears were excellent on defense, and then there were the special teams. For Darrell Patterson, the former Viking. How about see you later? Where are my taillights? 104 yards to what I like to call the end zone.
Not the house. Okay, got it. They needed this energy coming out of halftime. You know, they're going to get the football. Their offense hadn't done a whole lot, and he gives them a spark.
Late in the third quarter, there's Cousins. Justin Jefferson had a tremendous game. Dalvin Cook, rightfully so, gets all the headlines, but Jefferson was amazing. The rookie with such a bright future.
Yeah, and that was a 3rd and 11 situation, something the Vikings have struggled with. They didn't struggle with it tonight, though.
The Bailey 43-yard field goal. And with under 2 minutes to play in the third, we're all tied up at 13 all. In the fourth, down in what you guys call Thielen territory. Second hookup for the touchdown there.
It's just, he's so good. He's such a good route runner, and he has patience. He understands how to get open in the red area. And Kirk Cousins, 24 career touchdown passes to Adam Thielen.
And he wasn't expected to have to throw a lot tonight, but the Bears did a great job on Dalvin Cook, held him to just 3.2 yards per carry. And in essence, it's kind of the same old story for Chicago, right? You change your play caller. They still can't do anything on offense tonight here.
Yeah, you still win with personnel in the NFL. As good as the coaching can be, where it doesn't matter how many times you change play callers, whether it be offensively or defensively, you still need the playmakers. And the number one thing you need on offense, you need offensive linemen. They just don't have enough of them. It makes them one-dimensional when they can't run the football, and everything just rolls downhill from there.
They changed that play caller, and what's that saying? Are you just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic? Right. That's kind of what it played out tonight.
And then Kirk Cousins, who said, hey, 1-5 will not define this team, which sounds like a lot of talk at that point, but you know what? Maybe he's right. 3-game winning streak, 3 very winnable games right in front of him. That's the story, a rare Minnesota win tonight in Chicago.
All right, well, that was fun. You don't think this show has everything? We got NFL action. We got golf. I mean, I can't wait to see for the coming weeks. Now what are we going to come up with?
Golf and football, kind of like peanut butter and jelly. They go well together.
Amen. For Booker McFarland, I'm Chris Berman. You never know what you're going to find on NFL Primetime. See you next week.